सबको मेरा नमस्कार. This is FIDE Senior Trainer Sekhar Sahu welcomes you on behalf of Sports Authority of Gujarat and Gujarat State Session to this intermediate training session. Today I will discuss a few concepts of bishop and pawn endgame, opposite color bishops, followed by discussion of classic games. It is all phase is important: opening, middle game, end game, and in classic games we get all this. However, it is necessary to clear the basic concept of the end game. In this particular position, it is white to play. Doesn't matter even if it is black to play, white to play. It is a draw. White cannot win the game because the king in the corner, and if the pawns are on h6 g6, it is winning for white. Now he cannot get it. For example, if you play bishop, he will just wait, nothing. Now I just keep a watch. Just wait, move the bishop. It's a mistake to play bishop. Now you should just make a waiting so that if the king moves, I will take. So just make a waiting in the diagonal. And if you push h7, it is an easy bishop c3 and blockade. Blockade. No progress. So he has to come to king to h5 to push the pawn. Just wait. Once he pushes, return to the long diagonal. Draw. There cannot be progress. In order to win, the king needs to go to h7. He cannot come. So, opposite color bishop, normally, in general, one pawn up is having no chance. In general, very rarely king position depends. So, two pawns also it is many times draw. Not always, many times draw. Even three pawns, sometimes it's a draw. With three extra pawns also, you cannot make progress. So, on this particular position, no progress possible. However, if there was a file to the right to enter, then king would enter by a file and go to h7. There is no room for the king to enter h7. Okay, imagine the pawns on f6, g6, and the bishop. We shift everything to one file left. White is winning, but there is no room for white now, so it's a draw. So three pawns up also. It is sometimes, for example, I give you some positions. Okay. Okay. Here. Not clear. 1 minute. Getting that position. It should be here. I am not getting it. Okay, I'll get some time for you. Okay, leave it. So let's go to the next position. Okay, this position is black to play. So how should black play now? The pawns are not advanced. So there is a very fair chance for black to hold the game and draw. But what should black do? What is the maneuvering rule? Maneuvering idea? Black to play. Please think and write. It is a draw, but what should black do? It is a very simple logical thing. White will try to win. After he pushes the pawn, he will go to this one. So this is the target point. So black should watch the square from this diagonal. I mean, the bishop should go to one of the squares. So this is one of the squares. So how he will do that? Very simple. Bishop comes, king. Now the plan is to go push and then push. So before he would go, and enough. Now the pawn is attacked. There is no time for him to go, so he has to support. Now you support. So you will go here. Wait. You can't leave the pawn. You can win only if the king goes to this point. He cannot leave. So if you push it is a blockade, and if you give sacrifice, bishop will give. So this is a resource that you just come in time to the perfect diagonal, stopping the pawn advance. Okay, we'll get to this theme once again in some other diagram. So it's a draw with proper play. Okay, this position is black to play. Now black is experiencing some difficulty, but you need to the same trim, same theme what I just showed you. Up comes now. Now we keep a watch on the pawn. You cannot move king, so you have to move. Just wait till he pushes the pawn. Once he pushes the pawn, you return to the diagonal. Once the pawn is pushed, then black bishop will return to the diagonal. Draw. Only move. You have to play and he'll wait. Draw. So now it is very clear how you can hold, but not always this is possible depending on the king position. What about this position? This position that white king is more active and the pawns are little far away. So here you need to play because once the king comes, it becomes very difficult. You need to cut off the king. Now push the pawn. Necessary. Once the king comes to c7, it's a draw. So necessary to prevent just in time. Now, do you think the position is winning? Is it winning? Yes or no? Please tell me, is this position winning for white? Okay, I am putting another machine so that I can see the chart directly. So, Priyanka Shah winning. White is winning. Not so easy. It is not so easy. KB7. No, 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 no. I do not agree. All of you say winning, but it is not KB7 and pushing the pawn. You need to create a zugzwang. It is a very, very hard. It is not easy. Okay, I will demonstrate why it is not so easy. The method of winning is by creating zugzwang. You know, I agree it is winning, but not the maneuvering. So I will wait. Now I will wait. Now he wants to come king. Then it is difficult. So now you can't leave the pawn. So you have to play king to b5 to advance. Once again, now it is a zugzwang because now it is zugzwang. Because you come here, the pawn is advanced. So it is important that you need to wait. You need to wait and then come. See, for example, at this point, come here. So you will push. You come here, push. You come here. Now you have to come and now zugzwang. The pawn is advanced. So you need to create zugzwang. You can't just push the pawn kb7 and you have to wait and then come. What about this position? Is this a win or a draw? It is white to play. Can white win the game? Can white win? and putting another machine so I can see the chart, so I can discuss without going from the screen, main screen. So is this position winning? Yes or no? Not writing the answer. Okay. The game continued bishop. Otherwise, you can't push the pawn. And now this. So you need to improve the bishop position. The bishop should come to better diagonal. Now, so white is all set. So he comes here. Now, after king here, the winning move is bishop to d6. The bishop is not in the winning diagonal, so you cannot take. And now the progress is easy. I will start pushing the. The plan is to push the pawn and bring the king, and then winning. Okay. What about this position? What is the winning plan for white? Somebody tell me the winning plan. Now you ask me when to come to Bhavanagar. I am unable to go in Ahmedabad only. So only when the lockdown is finished, I will come to Bhavanagar or Rajkot or Baroda. So wait till the lockdown is finished. So I can see now whatever answer you ask me, I can see. The position is winning. The plan is to play bishop. The point is, I want to attack the bishop. But bishop should come here to support. So this is the simple plan. Bishop f3. Now king. It should win. And now once again, you need to have a maneuvering room. So pawn push, wait. Now how do you win the game? Again you have to maneuver the bishop. Now it is winning because the king now he cannot do capture. Pawn is king is far away from the pawn. So it is winning. Which one? What about this position? Is it a win for white or is it a draw? Do you think white can win the game? So it is a draw. White cannot win. Why? Because the king and bishop are perfectly placed. Bishop is controlling the diagonal. So king will stop. When the king comes here to d7, black king also will come. Draw. Cannot win. So draw. King here, just wait. If you push the pawn is lost. The king will return and the pawn is lost. So you cannot return. So he comes, draw. So you can't push. King in just in time. Now bishop here, draw. I can wait anywhere. I can wait anywhere here. I can wait anywhere. Draw. So no win possible because the pieces are ideally placed. Black's defense is perfect. No problem. It's a draw. The position is black to play also. You can just draw. Just wait. Just wait. Just draw. No progress. The position also it is a draw. Little change he has made, but this is also a draw. You should not move the bishop. If you move the bishop, the king will enter. So it is important to just wait, draw. Because now is just in time and here he waits. Draw, no progress. So bishop endgame, I give one more position. Maybe one or two more positions, two, three more positions. What about this position? Do you think that white can win? It is black to play. Can white win the game? Because the pawns, that are away from each other. Suppose they're like this, it is a easy draw. But now bishop has a burden to watch and this pawn also. So is this a win or it is a draw? Now this is bishop will come. Wait. Now if you push this pawn, then you will not be. I will take and I will win time to play bishop b5. You push this pawn, take pawn push bb5 is enough to draw. So you have to come. Now I will return. The king e7 is no problem. There is a check. Bishop check will come. So now this is a problem. I will start advancing. The king is tied down. Now the point is only you have to see there is bishop is tied down. Now the bishop is tied down to the square. So to square. So the king should enter. Otherwise, Zugzwang. You can't stop the king now. You come here, pawn push is coming. So the only move. But then I come here and win the game. Next winning. So it is a simple thing that the pawns are, I mean, two files away, then the bishop has a problem. The pawns are two files away, the problem comes. One file is not easy. So there are two files in between the pawns. So this is important to keep a note. The two file, three file is more easier, but there are two files away from the pawn. So it should win the game. The position, it is the same story that we have got the pawns are two files between away from each other. So it should win the game. Think I think how are you going to make progress? I don't see progress because the king comes there, then king will stop to e6. I think it's a draw. It's a draw. The note is at this point, this is the move draws. If you allow the king, it's lost. If white king is allowed, then white will win the game. So he stops this draw. No progress. By that time you come king here, still no progress. I can move the bishop. And you try to enter this way, the king is enough, holding the position draw. This is a draw because the king will block. Now, so he can't make progress. You can't push. Then bishop will come. If you push, just this is blockade is enough. No more pro. If you come here, draw. You come here, I come. He cannot make progress. So the only winning plan that king should enter, come here and push. But he will not be allowed. Now it is important you wait a critical moment. You now have to go to the diagonal. I mean, now this position you catch the pawn. He cannot free. For example, if you will play here, you can just wait, and he pushes the pawn. The king cannot reach. Now the king cannot reach. He pushes the pawn. Maybe you can just wait. How I will hold the position. I think I think this is just good enough to draw. Oh no. I think this is good enough to draw. No. Here it is here. This move is not correct. So you just wait this way. Not to correct. Now if you push the pawn, bishop will return and draw. Draw. No progress. You come here, king. You come here, king. No progress. All this is being watched. No entry. So and if you play other move, you cannot progress. Suppose you do, I will wait. Come here, it's a draw. And you come here, I will wait again. Suppose you come, I wait. The pawn is pinned, cannot come. You come here, I wait to enter to b1. Draw. So even three pawns sometimes. Even sometimes three pawns also draw. I have similar position. There was a D pawn. I am trying to search that position. I'll get for you. With the D pawn also, it will be draw. But I will show you some other time. Exact position I don't remember. Okay, I think bishop ending one more example. I am giving you 3 minutes time, or I would rather give you 5 minutes time. 5 minutes time. This position white to play. Can white win that game? Can white win this game? My answer first, is it winning? Yes or no? Then we'll talk of variation. So Neil Agadi says winning. Is it winning easy? Okay, Yuvraj, you give a variation. You say it is easy win. I want right four moves. How should white win? Okay, those who say win now, okay, I agree. I agree you are winning. But please give the variation. You have to support with moves. There are two things, judgment and execution. Your evaluation is correct. You white is winning. But support. कैसे जीतेगा? You give variation. Okay, bishop c8. The correct move is check. This is the correct move. You play e6 or bishop here, not correct. This is the correct move. Execution you have to correct. Bishop e4 check. King comes to h6. How do you win now? अब कैसा जीतोगे? अभी b7 अभी if you play b7 you calculate bishops pawn b7 में I will bring bishop. आप क्वीन करोगे मैं मार देगा. Pawn push bishop you play b8 queen and bishop into queen, it is a stalemate. तो जीतोगे कैसे? अभी pawn push करेंगे बिशप आ जाएगा. तो is it still winning? नील अगाड़ी एंड युवराज, अभी आप बताओ आप कैसे जीतोगे? क्वीन करो. किंग मूव सो बिशप इंटू पॉन. अभी किंग मूव करोगे बिशप इंटू पॉन मार देगा. रिवर्स b8 क्वीन करोगे मैं मार देगा. यस आई एग्री नाउ. रिवर्स Burgataria says make the bishop and win. You are right. Bishop. So this is winning. Now king, you just have to go away from the diagonal so that when he can attack, but too late. On push check and then next move push. So you need to see the under promotion. So do not take it for granted. For example, the king was in another place that is different. So we have drawn positions. I will do more bishop endgames and more same color bishop endgame. I will also do and bishop versus pawns. Okay, I will now like to go for some classic games. Today, I have picked up some games of a fine grandmaster, Eugene Vasuko. Vasuko's games I will discuss, where you will get idea about some openings also, and also the middle game plan. अरे एक और है ये पुरुष. ये तो हो गया, ये हो गया. अच्छा, is this position is a win? Is it a win or a draw? Please tell me, is this a win or a draw? So it's a draw. Okay, let's see. I come here and now king. So I play bishop. So is it still draw? Is this a draw? This is still a draw because the king pawn ending will lead to draw because after takes it king and opposition draw. This position and you will start winning. It's very easy. So I want to discuss now Vasuko's games. You know, Grandmaster Vasuko used to come to India in the 80s and 90s. So he played a lot of tournament. He won a lot of close Grandmaster tournaments. He was great in middle game and initiative. Also, he was other areas also good, but he was not a perfect master of opening area. He was playing good openings, but not so prepared. So knight f3, g3. Just played the reti open, d3, and now this is King's Indian attack type I was playing. He is playing the position you can say park defense reverse power, stopping b4. Now I think this position it is probably equal. I mean black should play now c6. This is the correct. After the move c6, I would say the game is equal. But black played more ambitious, bad. At the moment, nothing happens. At the moment, you see there is no danger to black. Nothing is no material or no attack. Nothing. But this diagonal has become weak. This is white has got a good diagonal, which was not possible when he played c6. So after the move c6, I would say there is no plan easy available. Draw. It should be draw equal with correct play. But because of this move, white has some plan. I did override. That is the best mistake I do. Okay, 1 minute. So here b6 move. a4. He made the bad move b6. So e4. Now white needs to find a plan. So rook e1. Good move. The pressure. Good move. There are three attacks and he has three defense. He attacks. Now, how should white play? You need to find the weak spots. आपको अभी ब्लैक का कैंप में वीक स्पॉट देखना है. Then only you can plan. प्लीज नोट ए वीक स्पॉट इन ब्लैक कैंप. मुझे आप बताओ सिर्फ एक वीक पॉइंट. देन यू कैन प्लान. हम प्लान कैसे करते हैं? ओपोनेंट का वीक पॉइंट है, सम वीक स्पॉन, वीक स्क्वायर, वीक किंग और ए बैडली प्लेस्ड पीस वी टारगेट. तो वीक पॉइंट कहाँ है? देन ओनली यू कैन प्लान. सो प्लीज टेल मी वेयर इज ब्लैक्स वीक पॉइंट नाउ. I would say there are three weak points. One, two, three. Yes, C6 D5 is a weak point. I agree. I agree with you, Yuvraj. This is weak point. Target for bishop. But that is not even the most sensitive weak point. ये डायगोनल पावरफुल है. ये डायगोनल पावरफुल है. एग्री. बट एक और वीक पॉइंट मुझे बताओ. Okay, I agreed that a diagonal. Show me one more weak point. This is what we learn from classic games. मेरा मतलब ये जो दिखा रहा हूं मैं कि आपका माइंड में आना चाहिए वीक पॉइंट एंड एक्सप्लॉइटेशन. किसी को मिला अभी और एक और इंपॉर्टेंट वीक पॉइंट? Bishop G5 is not. It is a general development. नहीं लगा. It is general move. नहीं चले कुछ नहीं होगा इसमें. Bishop G5 को कंडीशन आएगा. Okay, I will tell you a sensitive weak point. This is the sensitive weak point. So let's work on it. Let's work on the weak point. C7 ये see the point अभी I would say this is a weak square. ये weak. लेकिन I cannot do anything there now. So जो focus point है this is the one. So knight G5. Knight G5. I am working on this weak point. मैं अभी ये मार भी देगा. ये मार देगा अभी क्योंकि ये जो क्वीन आके चेक देगा. Point. I hope you get the point. Now I am giving a threat. Knight into F7 and the king takes it and queen F3 check. So you need to spot the weak points. तो वो बोला बचा लिया. बचाया अभी. He saw the threat. Black is a strong grandmaster. So he saw the threat. Knight into F7 and queen F3. तो डिफेंस कर लिया. तो अब क्या करेंगे? यू नीड टू प्रेस द इनिशिएटिव. कि आपको जब मौका मिलता है ना तो मौका छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. यू नीड टू प्रेस द इनिशिएटिव. अभी NG5 गया, आगे कुछ नहीं करेगा. नेक्स्ट मूव विल पुश यू बैक. तो आपको ये धक्का खाएगा और पीछे आएगा. What can we do now? I'm giving you 3 minutes time. Now white to play. White is winning. 3 minutes time. મળ્યો? નથી મળ્યો. Very good. Yuvraj Padwal has given queen F3. Devars has given queen F3. Congratulations Devars and Yuvraj. Right. तो डिफेंस किया. अभी क्या करेंगे? How should white play now? Okay. So, what is the answer? Not the correct answer. Neil Agadi, Jonas Podwal has given any three. Any three में क्या होगा? Any three में वो नाइट आ जाएगा. Any three में क्या करेंगे वो? I don't think it is winning now. तो ये पान भी जा रहा है. ऐसा जीतेगा एनी थ्री में हट जाएगा. ये यू प्ले एनी थ्री वो मार देगा इधर. कहां से विन है? इज विन. अभी अभी ये मारेंगे तो नाइट आ जाएगा इधर. देयर इज नो विन. सो एनी थ्री इज नॉट करेक्ट. Devers found ND6. Correct move, Devers. Knight D6 winning. Winning. Third attack on F7. So only move queen into knight. But then queen check. And then this. You are exchange up now. Check. Take. And I get the piece back with advantage. I get the piece back. Exchange up. So a player need to spot. अभी ये पोजीशन में उसने वीक पॉइंट देख लिया. First he found a weak point. And then he executed with correct initiative. Now, there are many moves here. Here there are many moves, but Ashuko played A3 with the idea I want to play B4 and then BB2, giving extra support to the pawn. So, what should we do now? Idea, the knight comes here for third attack, so I will exchange that. Immediately you cannot take the pawn. You take the pawn, you lose tactically, so he comes. So next threat, knight into D4. I think it's not a good move, waste of time. This is just bad move. You should have played knight here. I mean, black's correct move is to play knight here. And then bishop takes knight, takes. Then knight c3, then bishop. So this position, black has some activity. The black pawn could be, the bishop comes here and start, h6, g5, all these things he will prepare. Some game rook will come. Black is inferior but not losing the game. So the correct move was to play knight f5 here. This is the correct move, knight f5. Bad waste of time. So this is a very passive position. The position is plus minus, clear better. How should white continue the game? So white should play, what white to play? Okay. You have got a good position. You need to find a plan. This is what we learn from classic games. How to get, take initiative in a good position. No, knight g5 is bad. Knight g5 is not good. You are leaving the center. Yuvraj, not correct. Your plan knight g5, I will play h5. You want to come here, queen h5 threat. I will play h5. Then what? Himali, Gopani, where to move the bishop? You want to give the b pawn? Okay. The point is, and then I enter. Then I will enter knight to g5, queen h5. So, and you taking the pawn is bad. You take the pawn, it is bad move. Why it is bad? This is bad because, I mean, here how I can do punishment. I would like to play the move queen. I think this should be enough. This should be enough for advantage. Maybe queen here is enough. I want to keep the diagonal. I don't want to move queen because I want to keep the diagonal for queen h5. Maybe here knight is here. It should be good enough. It should be good enough. White is better. Black has problems. So taking the pawn is risky, and black played here rook g8. Bishop. This is a critical moment. How should you handle the game now? Very nicely played by Vasuko. opponent का जो है अभी now you notice when he takes it you take and you get a square. You get square for your pieces. उस improvement. So this has brought the king's position is now more vulnerable because it is more open and I have a square for operation. This is what important. Not a source of worry because black has weak points. So you get counter attack. White is now winning. Somebody tell find out the plan. Good morning, Moir Bhai. White is pawn down. तो अब क्या करना है? There are so many weaknesses. This was your right NV6 mate thread. Simply one move. Enough. This is too slow. Even if you come here, no threat. We are almost winning. We are almost winning the game. What to do now? Many times we get winning positions. वहां से निकल जाता है. How to convert this advantage into a win? You have to take initiative further. किंग को और ओपन करना है. नाउ द किंग इज द टारगेट. दिस इज द टारगेट. So, उसको और ओपन करना है. कैसा करोगे? So open. Piece for piece. It's now it is all over. I think it is all over because the only move is now rook, but then knight check and rook is lost. The only defense is lost. So it is all started with the move bishop g5. This is the move. Okay, initiative, not worried about the pawn. The next game, Vasyuka versus Borisenko. Reverse King's Indian. Normally, in my opinion, the reverse systems are not good. Okay, it is not a good move anyway. Good move, aiming at h7, f7. Okay. How white should play now? Please think, how should white continue the game? I mean, white position is better, but what should white do now? Somebody has to come up with answer. How can white now continue the initiative against the black position? Yuvraj Podwal has come out with the correct answer. Correct answer. C4. The point is you need to spoil the coordination of pieces. C4. The knight cannot come because A3 will lose material. If A3 winning material, so this spoils the coordination. To protect, you have to go here, and this brings queen. H7. The reason is now I want to give him two threat. This is a direct threat and indirect threat. So only move. You need to. You cannot play bishop f7 attack. So only move, and now winning. The position is terrible now because the pawn structure is spoiled and it is just a very bad position. So sacrifice and complete open. You can't accept that piece. So you cannot accept. Suppose you take this, then bishop takes and check, and the rook will join. Now you come here, check, you come here, check, and you come here, the rook will join, finishing the game. So it is important that you need to get the pulse of the position. So that is why there is no good coordination, and this move spoils everything. Okay, let's check some more games of Asuko. Who is this player? Danielo. Danielo. Okay. Vasuko was expert of this Keras attack against Kevin Engine. This is okay. G4. This is called Keras attack. Now, white can play G5 or white can play H4 rook G1. White can play H4 by rook G1. Preparing to play G5 anyway. This is a standard reaction that he wants to, if you push the pawn, knight G4. And if you push further, knight E5. So you should now take the pawn and open. White stands better. Now this is the point that rook has got third rank operation. Next move I will queen and castle. Position is full of weaknesses. Okay, now he plays in the game. You cannot take that on rook into bishop into f6 is there. What about queen b6 now? Why queen b6 is bad? Now the question is, he cannot play queen b6. This is not so good now. Why? Because b3. And now if you take the pawn, there is a problem. Please find out how should white now continue the game. Many times we get winning positions, but we mishandle this. Do you see a weak point in black's camp? Most sensitive weak point. We always should react in time. Number one, king. This is a sensitive weak point. These areas. That means if queen check, it is finished. It is a checkmate. So, place first rook, only move. Now rook into pawn is a threat, only move. There is no time to defend. Rook g8, rook into is winning. So, finished. And now it is all over. That is why the queen b6 is not good. Whatever you do, it is bad. So, it is just a bad position. So, he plays it again, rook, not queen b6. But then, and it should win. Because now, two attacks, one and two. One of the pawn is gone. Both double attack. So white will open up the game. Next a6 pawn will fall. He will not give d6. But now this should win. c6 is attack. You keep on just giving threats only. Terrace attack is good till today. There is no refutation. But there are some other solid lines by black, not on h6. You may play knight c6 instead of h6. You know, in chess, there are three things. Your understanding of various positions, knowledge. Suppose you have a very good understanding, but your opponent has very good knowledge. He is much weaker than you. Imagine you are like some strong IM 2400 plus player, and your opponent is some 22 or 2100, is much weaker. But he has a deep knowledge of opening theory and middle game positions coming out of those opening. So he stands better chance because you are not playing with him, you are playing with the work of some grandmaster. So knowledge plays a good role. Knowledge, understanding, and a feeling. So you understand that this is good, this is bad because of all this, and you know the knowledge, this is what was played, so you should play. The feeling, what to do, how to do. So this is important. But I would say if a player has good knowledge and good understanding, then he wins lot of games because knowledge brings you 50% wins. Without hard work, you present the analysis of a grandmaster. So it is important to study and make note of specific opening lines. And your understanding and feeling will help you to get better results. So let us see some more games of basketball. Normally, the queen into pawn is not good move. Knight into pawn is better. But this is equal. In my opinion, the game is equal. But it gives practical problems to black players. More correct move was nc6. He wants to now play nc6. Not a good move. This is not a threat only because you are giving the bishop a strengthening my center. So this is not a threat at all. So waste of time. So he plays e5. The bishop is attacked. So this is bad. A player is trying to force matters. Now white has more space, more better control of open line. Now I will sacrifice. Of course I will sacrifice. So here bishop into pawn. Now you will, as you looks like that you will have bishop d7. So queen here. I recover my piece. Bishop into rook b5. Okay. White is better now because the pawn structure of black is very poor. Notice at the moment if you take the pawn, he will get some activity. So I want to castle. The point is b2 is defended. I am not worried about material. After taking this, all white pieces are coordinated. White to play, find out a plan. How should you play now? I will not take much time, much moves. Only show you an advantage and go to the next one. Please think what should be the plan of white? White played very simple moves. Rook coming against the king. Decide about the bishop. Bishop and knight or go away. I am giving the exchange now. The point is, after bishop takes, I will play knight into and your rook will be under attack. So he plays. You see, if you take bishop takes, the calculation of white is knight into. Now bishop attack, rook attack. If you move the rook, I will play knight into bishop and winning material. Now if you move the rook, knight into queen attack. So this is not a good suggestion for black. He plays d5. The idea now there is a discover attack. I mean the queen is under danger, but wonderfully played. The opening line for the rook against the king. A player has to find. You see this position. Supposing you have not calculated this with d5, then it is bad. You will come in time trouble. So after knight f5, it is white is winning the game. There are so many threats. I have got this threat. I can just now take knight into bishop. Followed by I can take this. This is all problems. Third attack. I mean two attack and indirect one. No hurry. I mean no hurry. You take my rook, I will play rook into rook. Okay, it is possible that he can go here. It is possible. But then I can play knight into pawn. Idea, I will take it. So he plays in the game d4. It should win. This is supporting rook into e4 is not allowed now, but now this position is just attack and it should win easily. So the whole idea you can see what is the mistake he has done. Black. I will go back to the game. This position. Simple. Now you should play here. This is the correct. And now on bishop here, this is the correct. Now queen is attacked, so you cannot. Now this is bad because of e5. Now knight cannot come. So this is a bad position. Now if you do this, there is a square. This square is weak. So you have to play correct move bishop into. Bishop into. But in this case, once again, the correct move is knight c3. Why? Suppose you let us say you castle. This is not good for white. Knight tempo and you defend. Now you will play this. Suddenly your queen is well badly placed. Bishop is coming. Queen has to keep moving. That's not good. That is why he plays right now knight c3. With the idea. If you come here, I will play bishop. I won't allow g6 move. This is mar dega bishop. So you have to play e6. Now white castles. White has got a comfortable game. White has speed of development. He has castled, and the rook and queen are centralized, all centralized pieces, and this one will come to center. So white is good. The play game may continue bishop and rook here. Now he may continue h6 or he may castle, whatever it is. Now the position white is slight better, little better. I am not telling much, very small advantage. So we will go on to this, but this is just not good move. For example, he played b3. Idea why this move? That if you attack me, suppose you attack me here, I am going to play queen. Now take there is a hole here. There is a plan. There is a hole, and there is no pressure. So I think this white small advantage. Okay, what is this line? B53 only again. So bishop into we got the main position. Yes, just now I discussed castle, rook, castle. Now we need to formulate a plan. When there are opposite side castling, the player will try to attack each other. White will try to attack the black king, and black will try to attack white king. So the standard strategy to storm the pawns and open a file. Something white will try to open the G file, H file, or white will try to storm the pawns. Black will try. So in the game, white played king b1, a safe move, a prophylactic move. There are two things. Number one, now the A pawn is defended by the king. Sudden counter-attack cannot come. Number two, he is going away from any kind of surprise checks in the diagram. Bishop hai, queen hai. So, good move. Now, a plan has to be formulated. The plan is very simple. Black wants to bring the rook here, and start pushing the pawns. So, white makes immediately. For example, immediately he can now even push the pawn directly also now. Directly. Now he can push the pawn directly. So white should do something. So white plays with the idea. If you push the pawn directly now, I can play knight. And the pawn is doubly attacked. Main, I will collect your bishop. Now if you play this, maybe I will play here knight. Maybe I will play knight into. Uh, okay, what can I do here? Knight into and queen into is coming. I think this is okay. This is okay. I get double bishop advantage. I will take the bishop, and if you take, then d6 pawn will fall. Knight into bishop, d6 will fall. So queen d2 is a good move, preventing. That is why if you play b5 and d4 is coming. So he played rook. Now the d pawn is protected. He is preparing to play this. So knight. Achieving two things. You know what is he achieving? I am now controlling this. So you can't play this. Second, I want to play f3, fortifying. I want to strengthen. मेरा e4 pawn को मैं strong बना देगा and start creating the pressure. Then I will play h4, g4, h4 and attack. Next move I will play f3. White is all well set to make a pawn storm. कोई threat नहीं है अभी. अभी ये खेला. By the way, this is bad move. You should know these are bad moves. Why? Because in this case e5 will come. You can't take. अभी ये pawn knight bishop hanging है. So you can't take it. Okay. Suppose let us say you play rook here. I will play g4. Still you cannot play. because in this case I will push. You cannot take the pawn because the queen trap हो जाएगा. So these are the points that space and storming. So in the game, better to move the bishop. Now he is threatening to play d5. Now this is a target. You know, अब ये break आएगा, ये sack आएगा. Not now. After I am more ready. Just open. It's a gone position. White to play, you find a plan now. He is giving a threat. He is giving a threat. Knight coming here to take my bishop. How should you play? Find good moves all the time. We need to find good moves. White is winning in a winning position. आपको only you need to find how to react. मैं आपको दिखा रहा हूँ. अब ये threat है. This is a threat now. So what to do about it? You need to master the art of open games. Mastering open games. Open line इतना है. अभी क्या करेंगे हम? Yuvraj Padol says that first of all h7 is to be played because king h7 will be safe. Otherwise, no. Oh, no, no, no. H7 is not correct. Not correct here. Not correct. He is taking the pawn. What will you do? करना क्या है अभी? Okay. Correct move is bishop. Bishop to g5. अब ये नहीं चलेगा. Because if you play this, queen f4 will come. Queen f4. और ये नहीं चलेगा. अभी h7 विनिंग. मारेगा तो ये चेक में आ जाएगा. गया पीस जाएगा. नहीं मारेगा तो भी जाएगा. सो e5 में h7 और बिशप f6 चेक फिनिश. e5 नहीं चलता है. h7 किंग आएगा तो बिशप चेक मेट. मेटिंग अटैक आ जाएगा. It will lead to some mating attack quickly. So it is not a good idea to play knight coming here. So he played in the game king h7. Anyway, queen f4. Idea. Now bishop f6 will come. So he comes rook. White is winning now. Bishop into. And after this, he resigns. Because you have to play king into only move. And then queen check and king मैदान में आके मेट होगा. ये आएगा ये मेट हो जाएगा. मैदान में खिंच खिंच के खत्म. So mistake is that black has played wasted lot of time with bishop e8, b5. Terrace attack. So this is probably, in my opinion, this is the best. Pressure is coming on center. So g5 and e7, bishop e3. Overloaded because bishop is watching the knight and the pawn. So extra support. White is better because white has space. So one of the plan of white is at some point he can come here rook and then queen here and then rook here. This is one of the plan. He will castle of course. This is a plan. Rook g3. So black is trying to get counter attack on the center. Not the best way. So we'll give him a weak pawn. So not taking the pawn. This is greedy. This is greedy, and black will get a lot of counter attack. So queen h5. Very simple threat. He wants to just come rook here into the weakness. So right, with the idea that I can defend it now. So he plays bishop is defending this, watching the square. So we castle. You put pressure now, develop and give a threat. Now this is not great. If you play here directly, you will play. There is no danger immediate. Nothing is happening immediately. So he plays bishop to b5. Pressure. The idea is to spoil harmony of black pieces. So now that means the bishop is overloaded now to the c6. So knight. Idea. Now white wants to attack. So he wants to bring the knight to f4. ये जो knight है ये f4 में आएगा, यहाँ पे प्रेशर देगा और किंग साइड का प्रेशर देगा. अब ये अटैक करना है तो बिशप देना नहीं है. So you will save the bishop to d3 and his move is forced pawn g6. The move is nothing. If you play this, the game will be having counter attack and ये h5 आ जाएगा. आगे कुछ नहीं, बिशप आ जाएगा. He is all set. So हमको वेस्ट नहीं करना है क्वीन h6, डायरेक्ट. So here direct. And now if you play h5, it is bad because बिशप आने में दो मूव है. तो अभी h5 खेलेगा तो नाइट आ जाएगा, शक मारेगा. So he plays rook. A prophylactic move. Notice white is showing no hurry intention to attack. First, go away from the rook's line. Safe move. Okay. What to do now? We need to keep improving continuously. Our piece should come better and better and better. Okay, there was a question by Yuvraj. Why not play f4 instead of bv5? Okay, I'll go back to the question. So here he played bv5. Now I will tell you what is defect of this question. It is a weak move. Why weak move? एक तो है अब ये बिशप वीक हो गया रूक के अगेंस्ट. One weak point. I am showing you. Secondly, the rook should be ready to come. The coordination नहीं है. गेम में अभी रूक रेडी नहीं है और ये पॉइंट यू हैव क्रिएटेड अ वीक पॉइंट. सो दिस इज बैड. ये यहाँ पर क्या है, कोई वीकनेस नहीं है, काउंटर अटैक का कोई गुंजाइश नहीं रहेगा और जरूरत पड़ने पर रूक में आ जाऊंगा. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स के गेम को पूरा फुल प्रूफ, नो काउंटर अटैक पॉसिबिलिटी, कोऑर्डिनेशन. ये ज्यादा कोऑर्डिनेटेड है, हमारे पास ये E3 पॉइंट वीक नहीं है. So it is important. For example, आप f4 करो. Okay, I will give an instance. तो मैं खेलेगा बिशप. अभी मैं थ्रेट दे रहा हूं रुक इनटू नाइट का, बिशप का. तो वीक पॉइंट नहीं करना है, ओपोनेंट को वीक पॉइंट रखना है, हमारा कोऑर्डिनेशन चाहिए. इसीलिए they played this move. अच्छा, you say f5 rook h3 possible. Okay, चलो ये जो है अभी you played f5 and you say next move you will prepare and then this is possible. So what I will do now, how I will handle. Okay, chalo, let us see your idea f5 rook h3. Let me see. मैं बिशप d6 खेलेगा तो f5 कैसे खेलोगे? अब ये तो नहीं आएगा, बिशप रुक मर जाएगा और ये थ्रेट आ रहा है. So it's not good. That is why coordination. Grandmaster means they have got means master in strategy. That is why they are grandmaster. So bishop b5 is correct move. This is the correct move. Only move. Then knight move, good move, slowly and steadily. I want to go knight f4 attacking the d5 point. Then I can go g6 also to give a piece sacrifice. So he comes here, go back. He comes here, go back. Now he comes here. Again depends. No hurry. There is no hurry. Okay, so I will play bishop. Idea. Now at some point, this queen into pawn rook, he has to watch this maneuver. Not now, not now. Bishop is watching the square. So that is a, I'm creating condition. Condition. I'm keeping the possibility. So I am knighted. Okay, I will take rook into. Now black played bishop f5. He lost the sense of danger. He lost the sense of danger. Now queen into and mate. आया रुक S3 एंड मेट. सो एनीवे अगर नहीं मारेंगे, सपोज मैं ये खेला, आप नहीं मारते, तो ओके व्हाट एवर यू डू, आई हैव प्लान, आई हैव प्लान नाउ. व्हाट विल यू डू नाउ? फॉर एग्जांपल यू सजेस्ट अ मूव फॉर ब्लैक. मेरा कोई वीक पॉइंट है, यू कैन नॉट सेक्रीफाइस ऑन C3. नाउ दिस नाइट इज पोर, वेरी पोरली प्लेस्ड. क्या करेंगे अब? सपोज लेट अस से यू कम हियर, you come. Try to play some b5. I will play knight f4. Now d5 attack. तो d5 को बचाओ. कैसा बचा? ये नहीं चलता है. The bishop is necessary to guard h3. So this is bad move. So this is not a good position only. Now all the defect started with this poor move. Where is the mistake? I will show. So g4 is okay. Came here. Okay. Now this. I think it's okay. Now this is not the correct. At the moment, the position, he should not commit castle at the moment. The black should have played here, preparing a6. Idea. Next I will play queen c7. Next I will play knight e5. This is how he should have played. Delay the castle for some time. Okay. This is important to play queen and then knight e5 and try to go to c4. This is what he should have played. But this commitment, first commitment, okay. After this rook here. And now this is bad. A self goal. At the moment the game is not all over. Still he can fight. For example, now I can play here. I should play knight into knight first. Now after you play queen into, the queen is not in the action. Suppose you play bishop here, then maybe I can play now queen here. No, not now. Just a minute here. You can't do that. Bishop into pawn is coming. You cannot do that. Knight into, you have to take queen. Knight into, you have to take the queen only. Then this gives me time. Maybe here I can play something like queen a5 is a good move. So this is how you should have played. You see, this is a self goal, and this is what happens. And you got into deep trouble. Opening the game when your pieces are jammed. Now this will lead to Sashniko. If he plays this, bishop f4, e5, bishop. This will lead to regular Sashniko variation. So this is called four knights. Now this is not the best. Okay, this is the move. And now bishop a2. The main theory is like this: bishop d3, bishop d3, and now he may play. There are a lot of variations. Castle is there. So here the position knight into knight, pawn into bishop e2, castle. This is pawn into what I am showing you. A pawn into, you should play pawn into, and after bishop d3, d4, and now this is not good. Lot of exchanges will take place. He should come knight e2. After knight here he will take, and bishop f5. It is almost draw because ये मारेंगे तो check में मर जाएगा. कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. The position is equal, absolutely equal. So this you have to play here sub after knight e2, and now castle. Then black can play either bishop c4. This is a possibility. Black can play queen d6. So there are lines. This is the main position. Now if you play some bg4, I can play f3 or s3, and if you play some other move re, I can play pawn b4, bg5 and pawn b4. But in the game, black played a bad move. Pawn into knight into. Bad. So b2, bishop. White has got an advantage now. So bishop only move pawn. Otherwise you lose passively. b4. Idea. I want to play bb2 now directly and this threat. The bishop is also watching the pawn. When you open the position, the player who has got more control will take advantage. So this looks black has solved the problem. Take. Attacking. So rook. A bad move. You see, now the player should see the opening position. Now he will suffer. The position is winning now. Find out how you will win the game now. Back rank. So takes. You cannot take rook into. I will take queen into rook. So you have to take. This is just over lost completely. A simple puzzle. Rook e4. You support and then queen d4. Double attack. So the position was not so. It was only little better for white. He played the d3 move. This is the move. After this, first of all, this is knight into pawn is a mistake. Pawn into pawn was correct. This is the correct move. Okay, it is not so serious. Now again, he could have played here pawn bishop to e6, more safer way. Okay, not bad. Now this is the final mistake because a player should not open, and you are only inviting the pieces into better and better square. It's a careless attack. Not correct. You should now the strongest move is knight c6 or h6, second best move. But not correct. He is trying to do counter attack with b5. The position is very bad. A player cannot ignore. Already normal moves also gives problem to black, and he is giving here a6 b5 or useless moves. Okay, I am giving you time. Punish black for doing all the uh, moves unnecessary on the queen side. How should white play now? Yes, Yuvraj Padwal, your answer is good. He castle first. Idea, Your idea is good, but don't keep king in center and open. So I will prepare this move after castle. And now G6. So do you get the refinement? Strong players don't keep king in center and attack. Counter attack will come. The rook is not ready, king is. So the idea is correct, but only after castle. Now he comes and now G6. You cannot take f into only move, but then knight into, pawn into, queen check. It is overwhelming. Overwhelming. Now you will come under severe attack. Over, all over. You get the piece back with a terrific game. Winning material also. Lost. Getting ideas. Okay, this is a nice game. Very nicely played by Vasuko. Not good move. Early queen moves are bad. So you take with the queen, it's a blunder. You have to take with the pawn and castle. So what has he achieved with the queen? He has not achieved. His king side he has neglected. Because all the time the d5 threat comes. Always, all the time. So he comes here. Threat. Now this is ridiculous. A player already in trouble. Already the position is bad for plan. He should think how to castle quickly. ये किंग को यहां से निकालो जल्दी से कैसल करो you should play b7 but a bad move in a bad position. The obvious you are seeing that I can attack. When I attack the king, rook king will come, then I can take and some knight check discover attack. So he plays bishop. He is not sensing the danger. बिशप इंटू अभी क्या करेंगे अभी आपको पॉन से मारना पड़ेगा बिकॉज क्वीन डी सिक्स विल कम अब बिशप से मारेंगे तो क्वीन डी सिक्स क्वीन सी3 को क्वीन सी6 चेक द किंग इन सेंटर तो क्या आया so bb3 with the idea now I can play my plan is to play a3 or rook a2 क्वीन ट्रैप हो जाए या रुक b1 a3 के बाद क्वीन ट्रैप हो जाए so black has to find a way क्या करेगा अभी and he can't play queen he cannot play queen now the point is my threat is playing here तो अब ये क्यों नहीं चलेगा प्लीज गिव मी द आंसर व्हाई दिस इज बैड यस युवराज ओडल हैज गिवन करेक्ट आंसर बिकॉज NB5 खेलेगा अभी यहाँ पे अटैक और यहाँ आई एम गिविंग अ डायरेक्ट थ्रेट वन दिस एंड टू दिस और मारा तो बिशप चेक में क्वीन गया सो अब पॉन तो गया नाउ क्वीन A5 में ND6 चेक आ जाएगा यू प्ले क्वीन A5 ND6 चेक so this is why you cannot play here pawn bishop here A5 खेला नाउ A3 नहीं चलेगा अभी A3 को ये A3 को वो आ जाएगा बिशप अभी A3 करेंगे तो उसके पास मूव है ही विल प्ले नाउ बिशप A6 और ये ले लेगा सो दिस इज द मूव अभी आपके पास A3 नहीं है बट यू हैव गॉट बेटर मूव नाउ यू हैव गॉट बेटर मूव force the queen the same thing now knight b5 same thing मारो क्वीन गया नहीं मारो तो C7 में रुक गया so these are the problems a player should not go after material with king in center rule is a rule so we have got a French defense by transposition Okay, I think it is very poorly placed. He should have played Queen B6 and N F5, but very poorly placed. So, right. Okay, White has the better game. Now White wants to improve. White has a plan now. अभी आपको एक प्लान ढूंढना है. तो what he do? He will pull the bishop and ये diagonal में कभी ना कभी एक ना एक दिन यहाँ पे queen आएगा. Then I will play some h4 move. All these things I am preparing. g3 h4, preparing some bishop d3, bishop c2, queen d3, etc. a6 was a bad move. Anyway, waste of time. You cannot take the pawn because after bishop takes or rook takes, bishop e3 is winning. So he comes bishop c6. Bad move, waste of time, giving the bishop. Okay, white has the advantage. How should white play now? He has made a strategic. This is a strategic blunder. I would say giving the bishop is a very bad move. The bishop is the best minor piece of black. और ये सब स्क्वायर का कंट्रोल छोड़ रहा है तो ये दे दिया तो अभी ये आया हाउ शुड ब्लैक व्हाइट प्ले नाउ स्ट्रेटेजिकली सुपीरियर पोजीशन अभी विनिंग पोजीशन में विन नहीं होता यू हैव टू फाइंड एंड स्ट्राइक एट द राइट टाइम एट राइट प्लेस नाउ किंग साइड अटैक कैसा करोगे युवराज किंग साइड अटैक है लेकिन किंग साइड अटैक कैसा आएगा Bishop g5, queen d7, h4. No, no, no. He plays knight g5, not bg5, knight g5. With the plan, I want to hit, and then I want to come here, and on this point, this point. So, knight g5, correct answer. Now queen h5. So, he comes h6. What else you will do? h6. So, you win a material now. आपको मटेरियल मिला तो बस हो गया नाइट इंटू f7 अभी बिशप इंटू मारे तो बिशप g6 विनिंग इजीली he recovers pawn but this is a disaster check and winning very terrible king side the king is so exposed this is bad weaknesses all weaknesses square v this is just winning position check only move नहीं तो ये रुक जाए ये जा रहा है the only move and now white to play and win find out quickly only half a minute I give you only 30 seconds जो मिलता है यू डोंट वरी मटेरियल कुछ खा जाओ बिशप इंटू h6 सिंपल अभी कुछ नहीं बचा अभी मारेगा तो रूक अटैक और दूसरा आएगा ये मारा तो अभी ये मारेगा अभी रूक इज अटैक तो बिशप आएगा लॉस्ट ये आएगा तो ये रूक आएगा तो ये आएगा खत्म नाउ यू कम हियर आई टेक बिशप इनटू नाइट ये मारो अब ये मार देगा अभी क्या करेंगे अभी दिस पोजीशन इज जस्ट टेरिबल आई कैन प्ले f4 b4 a4 एंड देन लॉस्ट पोजीशन we have time for more games white is better e5 doing a big backward pawn this is bad position okay now white is better This is already bad position, backward pawn. When you were in defense, you need to play carefully. Do not make more weaknesses. डिफेंडर को और ज्यादा वीकनेस नहीं करना है. So he played this bad move. So bishop e2, take. It appears so black is all right because f2 is attacked. Rook b8 will come. b3 खेल. So grandmaster played good move, and you cannot take the pawn. If you play queen into b2, it is a blunder. Why? You have to see quickly because black has weaknesses. ये जो weakness है, ये weakness है. Bishop है ना, ये आ जाए. Queen into pawn is blunder because bishop d3 और rook b1 में rook है. So you cannot take that pawn. rb8 he plays queen. Correct. So he defends. d3 bishop d3. White should conduct that. Simple way. पहला मूव खेलो b3 कर दो. रुक आया, अभी भी नहीं मार सकता है, तो b3 अभी करो. Now there are a lot of weaknesses. I want you to find a plan here. White to play and win quickly. Winning quickly with white. Find out. So very well, very well. Rook e7 is correct move. Rook e7 is rook e5 is correct move. Rook e5. The idea is not immediately place queen there. How to strengthen the attack? अभी उसने बचाया. So how to strengthen your attack? Grandmaster Vasuko played here rook. It is premature to give the sacrifice. ये premature है. So yeah, rook. So rook. White to play and win. Find out. White to play and win. notice the weak point. White is winning because one serious weak point. Okay, I want to see how you win the game. The correct move. This is a correct move. Here he plays. So here this is winning now because what happens if he takes it? You takes it, rook h5, king here. Now you play queen. So suppose he plays. Now let us say he plays this. Show me the win. You should be very fast in this. The weak point is queen. This is the weak point. So after rook check, here, rook check, king here, simple queen check wins. The queen will be lost. So you cannot do any defense. Suppose you come here, the rook check wins the queen. So this is the defect of the position that he played the rook e7 was a bad move. Position is anyway bad. I mean, at this point, this is also not good because idea wants to come. But in this case, I will play h4. White will have rook, then I will play rook g5. Anyway, h4, h5. So this gives problems. The coordination is not there. Okay. So some more games I will cover the games tomorrow of Asuko. I have done up to this. Okay. One hair converts I will see. Okay. So thank you very much, friends, being with me. In the afternoon class, I will, apart from the tactics, I will cover up what is the line I want to do. I will cover that other variation. Apart from the tactics, this line yesterday I could not do time. So I will do d4, knight f6, knight f3, g6, bishop. This I will do in the afternoon line. How to play with black against this bf4 line. After knight f3, knight f6. So see you again. सबको मेरा नमस्कार. Take care. Bye.